I'm speaking now to Dermot McCardle from ESB eCars. Dermot, you were launching the Great Electric Drive today. What's that all about?
The Great Electric Drive there's two reasons why we're doing it. So I'll describe what it is first of all. We've looked for people to trial electric vehicles from a range of manufacturers of periods of up to 4 months each, over a kind of an extended period of about a year. So each person will get a car for 4 months and then we switch it on to somebody else. What we want to do is to generate a little bit more publicity and get public awareness increased in relation to electric vehicles. So we'll have a Facebook page and we'll have an internet page where people can share their experiences with the wider public. But we also want them to share their experiences with their friends, their colleagues, their relatives, etc. And that's one aspect, is the public awareness. The other aspect is we need to understand how people will use electric vehicles, how they will charge, what their driving patterns will be, because electric vehicles are going to become more and more kind of a predominant part of the vehicle fleet in Ireland. And we need to understand how that will work so that we can plan the electricity charging infrastructure for them in the long term.
And how did you choose the participants in this year's drive?
It was very difficult. We wanted a spread of people from across the country. We weren't expecting to get the amount of applications that we did. We got 20,000 approximately from the general public and about 1,000 businesses. We had to whittle those down to 26 individuals and 6 businesses. So we really looked for, there was some initial criteria. You had to have a full driving license, you had to have a clean driving license. But really we looked for characteristics like, would they be good ambassadors, would they stretch these cars, would they drive them, and would they be people that we would be happy sharing the experiences and that they would be willing to share their experiences. So to help us with it, because it was quite a task, we engaged some external help through a Morocco research to help us whittle that down. It was quite a process, but we got it down to, we think, 32 very fine ambassadors.
Now, you mentioned infrastructure there. I suppose range anxiety is something that always comes up with electric vehicles. How are ESB combating that?
Range anxiety is there. The advantages of electric vehicles are they are phenomenally cheap to run, and the purchase price is getting comparable with a traditional car. The disadvantage, and this is more of a disadvantage in people's minds for a vast majority of people, is that they have limited range. So a traditional car, you might get 800 kilometres worth of driving out of it if it's a diesel or a petrol car in a full tank. With an EV, the average range is about 200 kilometres driving capacity. Now, believe it or not, that's more than enough for 90% of the population, because very few of us drive more than 60 or 80 kilometres a day. And the advantage with electric vehicles is that you can recharge it at home. So every day you would wake up and you would have 200 kilometres worth of driving in it. But for some people, they will want to take it a little bit further, or for the occasion when you forget to charge it at night time and you still need your EV, you do need a robust public infrastructure. So ESB is rolling out that public infrastructure. We've taken the decision that we'll do it nationally. We're not just going to concentrate on the urban centres. And to date, every county and pretty much every major city in town has charging infrastructure deployed in it. In addition to that, we've rolled out fast charging infrastructure on service stations on the motorways, so that if you want, you can do the very long distance journeys as well.
Okay, Dermot McCardle, thank you very much.
Thank you.